I may or may not post this, but I just have something that I want to get off my chest. So I don't understand how someone can read something or watch something or hear other people's like stories or anything and not see their self in it at all. They can't, like, just the tiniest little thing. And even if someone sits there and tells them that who knows them personally, knows them in real life, you know, like outside of your family, the people do not know you like your family knows you. Your family sees the true you. Like my temper, when it comes, when I get past that point, it comes, it's bad. And I can admit it. I can admit my temper is one of my shadow sides. One of the things I don't want people to see. But when it comes to other people, and I'm probably going to get like, someone's going to get upset about this, but when it comes to certain people in my life, and it's been like this my entire life, and it doesn't matter what I or anyone says, they just, some people just cannot, is it a fear thing? Are they like scared to admit that they can maybe be like that? Because as we know in spirituality, that everyone around us is a mirror of ourselves. So like if someone does something or is a certain way and you don't like it, like it affects you, okay, well now I'm just being a hypocrite because now that means that is in me. But I don't get how it would be in me because I admitted that I have those issues. I admitted that. Could it be like your lower you, your older you, your past life you? If anyone knows the answer, like totally tell me, because I just get so like triggered, okay? I'm gonna use the word triggered. I get so triggered when people cannot accept that they are something. I'm trying really hard not to say the word because if I say the word, then they know who it's about. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to be nice, I guess you could say. I'm trying not to offend anyone or anything like that, but like, I don't know how to explain this without like saying the certain people. And it's not just one person, but like I've just never understood how I've talked about this in therapy too. So like this isn't like anything new, but I'm just I don't know if I'll post it. I'm just venting about it here because like I don't understand how do I say this without sounding like I'm trying to say this in a compassionate way. I'm not trying to hurt anyone's feelings or anything. But when someone does something, okay? When you do something that you know, it's not a big deal that you did it. Like, who cares? But you're so freaked out that anyone's going to know that you did it or said it or acted that way or whatever. Why? I've never been one to, I actually just had this conversation today with my therapist. I've never been one to, like, fake, I guess you could say. Like, if I'm out in public, right, and something pisses me off, and I start, like, yelling at you in public, I don't freaking give a if there's people around and they're hearing our conversation and seeing this, dude, I'm being truthful. I'm not gonna sit there and freaking hide behind shit and be fake as freaking make it look like this is picture perfect and all that. Like that's the issue with social media today. That's the thing too, is people try to fake to look like everything is picture perfect and my life is fancy and blah 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 blah. Shit, no. Nobody's freaking perfect, okay? I don't give a shit how much you idolize someone. I freaking love Miley Cyrus, okay? Some people might come at me for this. I don't know, but I freaking love her. But I know 100% her life's not perfect. Just because it looks like it is to us doesn't mean it is. You know, nobody's freaking life is perfect. Everybody has issues. Even famous people, celebrity, everybody has issues, okay? But I do love you, Miley. But I'm just saying, like, everybody has freaking issues. Nobody's perfect. Why do we all try to hide who we are and hide? Why do we all try to put a mask on? I just need to know. I know I'm very good at not wearing a mask. And I don't know, maybe that's the Capricorn in me, because I've been told that that's a Capricorn thing. But can you really say that's a Capricorn thing? Can that just be my personality, that I like to speak the truth, and sometimes my truth is a little too truth and it hurts people? But I'm not trying to hurt people. I'm just trying to speak the truth. Like, maybe that's my purpose here. Is my purpose is to, like, trigger people, to, like, help them see in their self what they need to fix. Because we're, like I said, none of us are perfect. We all have things we need to fix. But we all sit there and try to make, like, look like life is perfect and, like, we're perfect. And we all try to put a fake smile on and, you know, and, like, that's not reality. That's not real. That's fake. That's lying. And I struggle to understand, like, how people can be that way, you know? I seriously try to be fake and put a smile on and act like I'm okay and everything. And it goes good for, like, maybe 2-3 days. And then I can't do it anymore and I freaking explode. Or if I don't explode, I'm talking about something that is affecting me, and, like, I don't know, I can't do it. I I don't understand how people can do it. I'm not gonna sit here and say that, like, I'm perfect, because I'm far from perfect. I mean, I have my moments where, like, my temper, you know? My temper can get really bad. I have moments where, like, the evil, dark thoughts, those are always at myself. I've never had them towards other people, and that's another thing, like, I've never understood. And I'm actually, like, I recently learned about, like, people really do have, like, evil thoughts towards other people. Like, they really do have thoughts of, like, doing things to other people. And it blows my mind. I'm not gonna lie. There's a few people in my life that, like, I asked them about this, because I talked to this about today with my therapist, but I've talked about it before with my therapist, my old therapist that I had. And it's something that, like, I've always been confused, you know? Like, I know I'm totally getting off course here, but, you know, like, that famous question of, like, well, obviously, if I do post this, it's not going to TikTok, because it's going to be over 10 minutes. But you know how, like, people have, like, that famous, like, question where they're like, do you have any thoughts of the H word towards other people or yourself? And I'm always like, yeah, to myself all the time. And I never understood why they always ask towards other people. And I just got curious one day, and I actually asked 2 people in my life, if they, like, I asked them about that question, if they've ever been asked. And they were both like, yeah, I have those thoughts. And I went, what? So people really do have those thoughts, which shocks me. And I'm slowly learning. I know I'm totally off course of where I was talking about and shit, but like, I'm slowly learning that, like, not my perspective is completely different than everybody else's. And when I was little and like growing up, not even little, like as a young adult, it like still today, I guess, I've always thought people saw how I saw things. And so like when something would like happen, how I would see it, I never understood how people like, I always felt very misunderstood because people weren't seeing what I was seeing. And as I'm getting older and older and older, I'm learning more and more that like a lot of people, don't see like I see. Like their perspective is completely different than my perspective. And I don't know, it blows my mind. And like how, I don't know, it just blows my mind how people have not different perspectives from me, but like how people have other thoughts than me, I guess you could say. Like, I don't know, I guess I've always been someone that triggers people. And again, when I was younger, I didn't really understand it. And the older I'm getting, I'm now understanding it. And like, I have a cousin, she says, you've just always been that way. And then other people tell me it's because you have such a big light and your energy is too much for people. But like, why should I have to little myself, or why should I have to, I guess, become a people pleaser for everybody else because they're uncomfortable? If they're uncomfortable, doesn't that mean they need to, like, that's something going on with their self that they need to, like, I don't know, heal from? Or I don't know, because like, why do I always have to be the one, the bigger person, I guess you could say, like, I'm always the one that will bite my tongue and hold it so I don't say something, because I know if I say something, then that person's going to get upset. And if that person gets upset, then I'm going to get upset because I got that person upset and I didn't mean to get them upset. And it's freaking like a roller coaster cycle. And it happens a lot, especially with family. But yeah, like I've never completely understood that. And like, I don't want to cry in video. Woo! I guess that's like one of my shadow sides, is I try to hold in my tears when I'm like really hurt or sad about something, or triggered or angry, instead of like, I guess, reacting in a bad way. Which if I get past a certain point, I do react, I will admit, in a bad way. But before I get past that point, it's more of like beating myself up and trying to hold it all in. And I know for spirituality, you have to learn to feel the emotion and then let it go. Well, I struggle with the letting it go part, because when I feel it, I like struggle with that, because I I personally feel like I was taught not to feel growing up. And it still affects me today. Like, I'm such a pansy right now because I started crying over this. And I shouldn't cry over this. I should be able to be strong and just like let it go, and just because that's part of spirituality. But like, spirituality isn't all like fun and games either, you know. Like, spirituality is difficult. It's really difficult when you're awake, because like, you know, like I used to see all those sayings all the times, like how people have to struggle, they have to like dumb themselves down for everybody, and like how they have to like bite their tongue and all this. And I'm like, I've been doing this my whole entire life, so I don't understand what that means. But now that I'm like spiritually awakened, I'm conscious of it, I'm able to put it two and two together and understand what they meant. And it sucks that it has to be so difficult. And I have no idea if I'm making any sense. Like, I'm just rambling, I think, now, like talking to myself. But who knows? Like, my rambles might help someone else out there, or help someone else feel loved or connected or understood, or, you know. Because at the same time, we're all the same, and we're all fighting our own battles and struggling and facing our own demons and things like that. We all have our own issues. And I didn't fart, that was the chair. It was my foot sliding on the chair. See? I don't even know if you can hear it, but I heard it, okay? And if I did fart, I would have admitted it anyway. They would have went, hi, I farted. But, see, that's the thing. I'm not embarrassed to sit there and say I farted. Or I'm not embarrassed to admit something that I do that people think is embarrassing. Like, I'm not fake. And I've had this conversations with my therapist since like 2007 is when it got the worst. That was like, not the worst, but that was the first time I was ever in a psych hospital. I was outpatient. I wasn't inpatient yet. I have been an inpatient. If you ever wanna, I can talk about that. But that was the first time I was an outpatient, and the first time I really spoke about like fakes and liars and how they like trigger me and shit like that. And like freaking 2007, and I'm still can't seem to get past that. Like, how do people do things and not feel guilty, you know? Like, I just learned about I don't want to say it. I don't want to sound racist by saying it, but I just learned about like the China people and how they eat animals, like dogs and cats, and the other horrible things they do. And I just learned about like the horse meat not too long ago as well, and I'm like, what? And I learned about that it's not just there, it's here in America even. Like, wait, what? Have I been sleeping? Like, how did I not? But the fact that I didn't know about it is not what I'm getting at. What I'm getting at is, how does someone do those type of things? How does someone... I need someone to teach me. Just kidding. I need someone to teach me how to be fake. Like, if I was a fake person, then you would hear people around me tell me I'm fake. You know, like I would hear, I've never heard anyone tell me you're so fake. I've never heard that. It's someone that knows me personally came to me and told me that. Yes, I would be probably mad and like triggered, but then I'd be like, okay, I didn't realize I was like, whoa, wait, what? I would be confused as heck because, like I said, I've never heard anyone tell me that, but I've also like, that's like one of the main subjects that I talk about in therapy, and not just therapy. I talk about it with all my staffs, and I've had my whole entire life. I've talked about it with friends. I've talked about it with certain family members. Actually, probably. Well, yeah, I guess it would be certain family members because there's certain ones that I'm not really close with, but like, it just blows my mind how people can do things without a conscious aware of what they're doing, I guess. And even though I wasn't like, I think I've always been like half awake is what I call it, because I've always been big on like fairness and like understanding and life purpose. And I mean, you can ask my mom even this. You could ask like my close family members that like I communicate with. Like my cousin is an example. But I've like, since I was little, I've always wondered like, what's the purpose of life? Why am I here? What's my purpose? And so like I've always been like, and I've been aware of like the issues with children and stuff, like, you know, the dark side of it all. But like, I never was like conscious of it as to the point like wondering how people could do horrible things like that. And as I'm waking up more and more, I'm learning more and more that people are horrible. That people, I've always said, like, are fake, liars, and greedy, and manipulative, and like just all the things. Like, and I am admitting I don't mean to do it on purpose, but I do play the victim game, if that's what you want to call it. They call it, you know, in therapy they call it the victim game, or they go like this and it's called victim, what is it called? Victim something. You're playing the victim, or whatever, but I also play the survivor side as well. But I mean, but I'm not fake about anything. Like, if someone asks me a question, and when I was younger, I would straight up say the answer. But the older I get, I'm more conscious of it, and before I answer, I'll say, do you want the honest truth? Because you know I'll give you the honest truth. If you don't want the honest truth, don't ask me. And sometimes I get the answer back saying, yes, I want the honest truth. And I give the honest truth, and they don't like the honest truth. And they're also not able to admit what I said is the honest truth. And see, that's the issue, because not only am I giving what you asked for, but you're not being open to that perspective. You're not sitting there going, you're not coming in and looking through my eyes and seeing this and going, yeah, I see what you're saying. And I, for some reason, have always been good at that. I've always been good at, like, if someone has two issues, like when I worked at daycares, I was so good at like understanding both child's side, you know. And maybe that's why the kids loved me so much, because I didn't just pick a child's side. I didn't just pick what that one child said. I would go, okay, what happened? And then the child would tell me, and then I'd say, okay, what happened? And then the child would tell me. And then I would help them communicate what's going on. And I'd say, hey, this affected because blah, 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 blah. And this affected blah, 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 blah. And I've just always been that way. Like, not even from, like, daycare wise. I've just always been able to see another perspective. And I, again, for a long time thought that's what everyone saw. You know, like when they say you'll never understand someone else until you walked in their shoes type of thing. I've always been able to, I guess, put myself in their shoes. And yeah, but I know I went way off topic from what I started talking about. But yeah, I think I will post this just because something is telling me to post it. Like, I'm feeling in my heart and like lightly hearing, like, post it, post it, post it. It's going to help, post it. And that's the confident part of me that I need to work on, because I need to, like, why do I care? Like, I want to post it, you know, and not posting it is me being the people pleaser, me holding my tongue, me, you know, and then posting it. Am I being, like, rude or, like, ego-ness or, like, I just had this talk with my therapist too today as well. Like, I don't remember what we were talking about exactly. But then I said something, and then I was like, oh, I didn't like that I said that. And she goes, but you were just being the truth. And it didn't hurt my feelings. And I was like, yeah, I know, but that's just me. That's my ego kicking in. And she goes, no, that's not your ego. That's you being true. That's what you see from your perspective. And then I brought to her, and I'm like, yeah, and like anytime something like that happens, or like if I like fight about something I know is right, and then everyone around me is like saying this is wrong, like what I'm saying is wrong, and they're all like basically teaming up against me, and then later that thing ends up like me being right. I want to, but I don't, because that's not who I am. And I feel like that's being very egotistic and rude, but I want to go up to their faces and be like, I told you so. But then when I, like, think about doing the, I told you so, I feel icky. Like, it makes me feel like I'm being, like, ego and, like, not greedy, but, like, I don't know. It makes me not feel good. And she was telling me today that that's not being ego. You know, that's you defending yourself. That's you getting your power back, your confidence back. Because what they did is they took yours away. And I was like, yeah, I mean, she's right. That's what a lot of people in my life have done. My entire life growing up have not tried, but like belittled me, take my power away, said I'm crazy, said I'm stupid, said I'm, all these things. And a lot of the times I end up turning around being right. But I don't sit there and like admit it. Or the other thing, like, I will say something, and everyone around's like, no, that's crazy. Like, that's, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, they're doing exactly what I said, but they're not willing to admit that they were in the wrong or even tell me sorry. They don't even come and apologize to me. And again, when I'm in the wrong, and I like legit know I was in the wrong, like if like I start arguing with you about a fact or something like that, and you or me go look up that fact and ends up being wrong, I have no issue to say, all right, I'm sorry, you were right, or I'm sorry, you were right. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Like, I have no issue to admit, yeah, I was in the wrong. I'm sorry. But like other people, they don't want to admit when they're wrong, and they don't want to admit when they're being fake, and they don't want to admit when something that is not the norm is happening to them. Like, as you can see, I'm very triggered right now, but I'm venting at the same time. So like, I'll probably feel better after all this, but at the same time, it's like, why do I let it affect me? Why? Because I love so hard? Because I have such a big heart? Because I'm so passionate and caring and understanding and open-minded? But like, being all those has also made me not stuck, I guess, but like stuck in a way. Like, I don't know. It's made me little myself, I guess you could say. And I'm trying to gain confidence in my power back. But like, in those moments where I feel like I have tapped into my power or confidence, then I feel like I'm being ego, or I'm being like everybody else, I guess you could say, being fake, or, well, not fake, because I'm not really fake, but I personally don't think I'm fake. If I am, let me know. I will be open-minded and see the picture, honestly. But yeah, but I know I'm not perfect. No one's perfect, and that's the thing. Like, I don't care how rich, wealthy, healthy, who you are, how you lived, how you grew up. I don't give about any of it. You are still not perfect. You could have the best childhood in the world, and I don't know, you could think the world revolves around you, but you are not perfect. You know? Nobody's perfect. And I don't know. I guess this video is getting like way too long, and doubt anyone's gonna wanna stay this long and listen, nor cares. But again, I don't care. I'm gonna post it because I want to, and because I feel like it could help others. And yeah. I know I'm getting to a point where I'm struggling to speak because I vented it all out, and Is that what people mean by feel the energy, feel the emotion, and then let it go? Is that what people mean? Because, like, I like writing, but I've just never been someone to journal. And in a way, this could be journaling because I'm letting it out. So, like, I got it out. So now I need to let it go. Okay, well, how do I let it go? If you got this far in the video and you stayed here the whole freaking time, please comment. I'm literally begging you. Please comment to me. How do you let it go? Like, what does that really, really mean? Because that's something, like, I hear it all the time, is you need to let it go. How do I let it go? Like, I don't understand. And the add on to here right now, just so you're aware, I have Appalachia. So, like, if you're gonna say, well, you need to visualize it, look in your mind's eye, I can't. Okay, just put that out there. I've had 3 TBIs, and so, like, this area is like, so if you can feel the crack or whatever, and it goes down and around, and then on this side got a scar from the crash. So both of my, like, this area has been, like, she's damaged, you know. So, like, I can't visualize just out of the blue. For me, something has to inspire. Then I can see it. Kind of like my book here. I finally got my writer's block done. Not done, like, broken. Was it just last night? No, it was 2 nights ago. But I added more last night. I just got it broken, and I was able to see the story because I was inspired, and I was thinking, I was struggling how to start the story. I had the big twist at the end, since I wrote the first one here. And so, like, I know now I'm definitely going off track again. I do this. This is an issue I have with, like, my therapists and stuff and my other staffs. And, like, we have, you know how you're only supposed to have, like, an hour with your therapist and stuff? Well, there's moments where mine goes over an hour because we sit there and we keep talking and we keep bringing up more things, and I keep bringing, and, like, it ends up, like, being, like, friends chatting, you know? Like, but we get deep, and then we don't get, and then it's not deep, and then it's back to deep, and then I love getting deep, by the way. Like, you want to come talk to me and tell me, like, your conspiracies about, like, aliens and all that, or, like, your thoughts on the universe and, like, the stars, and what are they called? They call them are they the star gods, I think people call them. You want to talk to me about, I mean, I love getting deep. Absolutely love it. But as I was saying, back to this story, this one's completely made up, by the way. Completely made up. As I was thinking of the twist I have at the end, I was finally able to, like, think about, like, what happens before that. And it just kept going, and then I was able to see it in my head, and yeah. So I'm working on part 2. But yeah, so I just wanted to put that out there as, like, you can't tell me that you let it go by visualizing and letting it go. Like, that don't work for me. Let me know a different way here. But yeah, my earages. I don't know why I just moved my jaw with it. But yeah, as like I said, is like I vented it all out, and so now my brain is kind of like, now she's like back to being all over and not focusing on that one thing. But I do focus on the fake thing a lot. Fakes and liars, like they are just my biggest trigger, and I I really don't know why. I mean, deep down, I probably do, but it just hasn't like hit me. Because like deep down, we all know the truth. It just hasn't come out consciously yet. That's what I'm trying to say. And yeah. Well, this video is long. If you really did stay for the full video and you want me to talk about anything else, or I don't know, want to hear some stories about my life, or well, that you could just go read my book. But yeah, I don't know. Comment down below, star gods. I don't know. No, comment down below what is your okay, this would be fun to know, because I have a few. What is your favorite dog breed? Mine is definitely Dobermans. Is that what they're called? Dobermans. Those big dogs with the long noses. I can't say the word. Doberman. I'll get the word. I struggle to say words sometimes, but Dobermans. Oh, it's gonna bug me now. But anyways, that, Huskies, Bichons, Labs, Dalmatians, Shih Tzus, I think that's it. Yeah. Did I say Labs? I said Labs. Yeah, I'm not a cat person, so don't even ask me what my favorite cat breed is. Or I'm not gonna ask what I'm not gonna ask that question. Like, I don't hate cats. I'm just not a cat person. You can have cats, and I have no problem coming to your house and petting your cat and possibly holding your cat. But me personally could not live with a cat. I don't even know if I could live with all those other dog breeds that I said, other than Bichons, because Bichons are hyperallergenic, so they don't shed. And that I love. But someday I would like to have like a big house with lots of doggies. That's someday though. Big fenced yard, and they can all just run around and be free, and oh, I could just see them. And then I say, tree time, and I didn't say that loud because JLo's right there. She would have been, huh? But I'd be, and then they'd all come running to get it, and oh, so cute. And then we'd be sitting on the couch, and I'd be all surrounded and cuddled by them, and then the Huskies would say, I love you. I love you. Oh, I love it. But it's a dream. And who knows? It could come true someday. Who knows? Also, big dream. Another big dream I've always wanted to do, but there's like no way right now I could do it. But I've always wanted to adopt a child from the other side, like from like Haiti, or just, I've always said Haiti. I don't know. I've never been to Haiti. I don't really know much about Haiti, but like I've just always That's always been like the main place I've said. But yeah, I've always wanted to adopt like a little girl from there. Maybe someday. And if it's not in this lifetime, in another lifetime. That's if I decide to come back to Earth. I don't know if I will. Honestly, like, yeah. Earth is hard. It really is. And sometimes that's okay, so that's me getting to the deep part now, but sometimes I just wonder why I chose to come to Earth or come back to Earth, I guess you could say. Like, I don't know. That's for another time if you really want to know, like, my thoughts and stuff, like, where, yeah, that's for another. I believe. I don't know. Okay, this might sound a little weird, and I've had this conversation with my therapist and like family members and stuff, but like actually only one family member I've actually had like the full conversation with, but like I am the one in the family that has a lot of mental and physical issues, and I have like the physicals for my mom and the mentals for my dad side, and I'm the only grandchild, only one in the family that's kind of been, not kind of, like, that was told I was coming, I guess you could say. This is all in my book, but, like, my name was not supposed to be my name, before I was even, like, I thought, well, I can't say I thought, because I wasn't planned, but before, like, I was even conceived, it was told that I would be born and my full name would be what it is. And only one other person in the family knew that, because there was some other things that happened and people didn't believe this family member. And so this time she wanted proof. And so she had proof. So there was another family member. So after this happened, she told that family member and they wrote it down on paper so they could have proof. Because, again, just like me, wow, I never realized how much me and that family member have been treated like the same. Interesting in how that's the one that had, like, Jesus speak to her 3 times, by the way. Interesting. I just put those conclusions together that, like, interesting. And people said the same thing. They called her the same things that they called me. And yeah. But anyways, back to what I was saying is, like, and then if you look at my name, what it means, and it just, if you're spiritual, Christian, Catholic, whatever, it just, see, I feel ego talking about it. So it's hard for me to talk about it because it's just so, like, ego to think that way, I guess, for me. It feels that way because, like, what's so special about you, that type of thing. Why are you the one that was Why are you the chosen one? Why are, you know what I mean? When aren't we all kind of the chosen one if we were sent to Earth? I don't know. That's just me getting on a deeper thought level and trying to not feel ego when I talk about it. And I've talked about it in therapy and stuff like that too. But like, if you really want to know, I can make a video, or you can go read my book. But yeah, I don't know. Like, just I've always somehow attract negative people, energies, things. And sometimes I wonder if it's because of that part that I don't like to talk about. Not talk about, but the part that I'm like, makes me feel ego if I say or admit to that, or not admit to that, but like makes me feel ego if I like say it, I guess, because if I say it, then that's me like not admitting to it, but like me it's me assuming that you're sitting there going, oh, why do you think that? What makes you so special? You know, that's kind of where my brain goes. And you might not be thinking that at all, or, you know, but that's just like, that's I think a trauma mechanism, that I use to protect myself, or at least I think I'm protecting myself. That's another thing I talked about with my therapist today. I'm realizing a lot of the conversation we talked today I'm talking about now, but so obviously I didn't let it go, right? Again, yeah, let me know, like, what does it really mean to let it go? Like, what are we meditating? And like I said, I can't see it in my mind's eye, but we're feeling it like go. But how do you like feel it go? Like, I don't understand the letting it go. But all right, for reals, I am ending this, and I don't know why I don't look at the camera. I do this with like, if someone's talking to me, I'm really see this is again. I say I'm gonna go, and then this is the last thing, okay? So if someone's talking to me, I am constantly like, I don't know why I do this, but I stare at their eyes. Maybe it's a way for me to like feel their energy, to like see if they're being truthful or fake with me or not. I don't know. But like, if I'm talking to someone, I do a constant of like looking in their, or not talking. Someone's talking to me, I'm like looking in their eyes. It would be like if I was talking to someone, if someone was talking to me and I was listening to them right now, I'd be like looking in their eyes and like listening. But when I'm talking, I do a lot of like, as you see, like constant like looking. Not looking, but like I like move my eyes and like freeze to like think of the words. And I don't know if that's because I've been told my communication isn't that good. And so I do that to help me think of the right words to use. And you know what's interesting about my communication part? there's only certain people that have told me that. Outside of those certain people, I've been told I'm good at communicating. So, yeah. I'm just putting a lot of puzzles together right now. Maybe having downloads right now. And trying to calculate the downloads. I don't know, like, I'm trying really hard to think right now. But my brain is, like, saying, like, alright, enough. You're hurting me because you're thinking too hard. Stop. She's like, Jess, enough already. You can stop now. Where my mouth just keeps going. Is your mouth, isn't that like the fire energy? Because why is the mouth the fire energy? Because, like, you're speaking, you're expressing, you're like, you're putting energy out. So why? Kind of like a dragon in fire. I got it. See, I got it. The download, they clicked. I got it. Yep. Now I gotta figure out the other one. So I understand that being fire and the thoughts being air. I understand that part. Water being your emotions. Not sure how that works together yet. And then earth, what was earth? Earth is it your power? Oh, I can't remember what earth is. I can't think of the other element. What's the other element? Element was earth. The other element's earth. So speaking's the fire, thinking or thoughts, whatever, is the air. Doing, would that be the fire? Feeling is the emotions, water. I can't. Grounding. The grounding would be not moving. Because I take grounding as you're stuck to the ground, but so the energy can, like, flow through you, but you're not moving. Am I wrong? I'm still learning about spirituality and all that too. So, like, as you, like, if you watch my TikToks and stuff, you'll see, or I talk about how I'm still learning with all of you guys. But this video, okay, seriously, and I'm, like, saying to myself, seriously, Jess, time to stop. This is almost an hour-long video. Is anyone really gonna sit here and watch the full video? I have no idea. But if you do, and I mean, it's, with how many people there are in the world, it's possible it could happen. Someone's bored or something. I don't know. But all I want to say is, like, if you do, I love you and thank you for watching, listening to the video, and please comment below things I asked you to comment. And if you want more, let me know. In a way, this is my journal. Twitter is also my journal. In a way. But like I said, I'm working on my confidence, and speaking my truth instead of biting my tongue. But yeah. Okay. For reals. It's been over an hour, this video. Yeah. What should I title this video? Why are people so fake? Title like that. But just so YouTube knows that this is nothing breaking their policy in any way. I didn't swear. I didn't say anything that was wrong, I guess you could say. I didn't say the H word. I didn't say the S word. I didn't, the S word. So there shouldn't be any reason why. I feel like it was because I hair in my mouth. There shouldn't be any reason why they should, be like, nothing wrong. Like, I'm not gonna add any music. It's just gonna be me talking. And, yeah. And this is the real me. This is literally the real me. There's literally one person in my life that if they watch this full video, they will let you know 100%, yeah, that is her. That is 100% her. Where there's some people in my life that will watch it and be like, I didn't know Jess was like that or whatever, because I bite my tongue. I hold my truth. But if you ask, I will give you the truth, though. So be careful what you're asking me. But yeah, no. I think I'm finally done. Honestly, I could probably keep going and the video could end up being like freaking 2 hours long or something. Like, me and my cousin, we send voice memos back and forth to each other, and every time I reply, it ends up being like 20 minutes or longer, and I don't even mean to do it. Like, all of a sudden I'll look down and be like, oh, it's this long, and then it passes over me that I said that, and I keep going, and then I'm like, oh, I really need to go. I was really frustrated because yesterday, see, I told you I could just keep going. This will be the last thing, okay? Okay. Honestly, okay. I promise. This will be the last thing. So yesterday, me and my cousin I was replying to one of her voice memos, and my voice memo ended up being 30 minutes long, and I have never had this issue before, but, the iPhone says something about the voice memo or the video or something's too long, trim it or something like that, right? I've had that for videos, but not like a voice memo. I've never had that issue. So I said, okay, the freaking thing deleted. It just disappeared. The whole freaking 30 minutes of me talking disappeared. I was so mad. So then I made another voice memo, and I was telling her about this and trying to remember everything I said, and I just couldn't remember everything I said, and I was, oh my god, I was so mad because I was talking about, I was replying to everything that she said in her voice memo, and just oh, I got so annoyed and upset about it, but I was able to, get over it. I was just, in that moment, I was like, are you kidding me? But yeah, okay, for reals, I don't know if I'm looking at the camera. I should be looking up there and that's looking at the camera. But, like, I'm getting a little, I call it hypermanic. Now that I vented all that out, now I'm getting hypermanic. And I personally love being hypermanic, but it's too much for people. Like, that's what I hear. You're too much for me. Or, you need to calm down. You're being too much. You're being too loud. You're being too excited. You're being this. You're being that. Like, how does one freaking... Okay. Think about this. You meet your You meet your favorite celebrity or idol. You're on cloud 9, right? You're excited. You're Now, when you're doing that, have someone next to you say, you need to calm down. You need to calm down. You're being overdramatic. This is too much. How do you calm down? I don't sit there when someone else is like on their cloud 9 and happy and excited. I don't sit there and say, you need to calm down. You're being too much for me. You need to calm down. I get you're excited, but like, you don't need to be that excited. Like, your energy you need to calm down. You're just way too high up here. Huh? That's another thing too. Like, every time I get a Reiki done, or just in general, actually, I've always been told that you're too high. You need to come back down. You're way up here. You're up in the clouds. You're flying free. You need to come down here. You need to ground yourself. I'm like, what? But if you want to be technical, isn't that where you want to be closer to God or universe or whatever higher power you believe in? Wouldn't you want to be up there high and free? Like, I don't know. I've never understood that. And it's always kind of triggered me when people say it. But I don't know. Am I being a hypocrite? Because, like, I don't know. I can't say I've never told people that, but I feel like there's a piece of hair, like, right there. Like, you know when you swallow and you feel like you swallowed a piece of hair? Like, that's what it feels like as well. But, that could be a sign from sign from the upper telling me you're talking too much. It's time to stop. You're exhausting your brain. You're overusing your brain energy. Like, or that could be my brain saying, hey, we need to stop now. We've used our brain a lot today. Like, we had appointments and some other stuff. And you overused it yesterday. Now you're overusing it again today. Like, it's time to relax, Jess. Yeah. I've always done that too. So if anyone goes, why are you talking to yourself as a third person? I don't know. I've been doing that since high school. Honestly, I think it started after our car crash we had. Excuse me. I think that's when I started speaking in, like, third person. And I don't know if I would call her a friend. I had a friend that was friends with this person. And this person, like, I didn't realize I would do this third person thing. And she one day was like, why do you do that, Jess? Why do you talk to yourself in third person? And I remember saying back, I didn't realize I did that. And since then, I do realize I do that, but like, it just comes out sometimes. And as spiritual awakening, I realize, like, well, that's because we are separate identities. Like, you know, when I'm talking in third person, it's because I'm talking about the character Jess or Jessica, not me. Some people are going to understand what I just said, and some people are going to be like, what? What did you just say? That just like went way over my head. But there's going to be people out there that are going to be like, yep, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. And that's just people on different frequency timelines, things like that, you know. But I really should go because this is over an hour long. And it's gotta be boring. I don't know. But I'm not cutting anything. I'm not editing anything. I am posting it full on as is. Because, like I said, I'm not fake. So I'm not gonna make it be entertaining and exciting. I'm just gonna be 100% being me, like I do. And yeah. And that's the thing, I do that. I swear there's a piece of hair up here. Oh, sorry, I didn't need to put my finger up. I swear there's a piece of hair up there. But, like, I feel like it's, like, half in my throat and, like, half up there. And my hair, she keeps curling. She's curling my hair. She's curling. But what was I saying? Oh gosh, I really need to go. I really need to go because now we are getting to a point where my brain is like she's going to sleep. She needs to, or not going to sleep, but she needs to stop thinking so much. And like my ear, I know I keep mentioning it. It's like right on the outer. I don't know if I have an ear infection or what. Is it red? But she needs to watch something and relax. I don't know what to watch. Probably YouTube, to be honest. But I don't know. Maybe the documentary on Netflix called, is it Can You Keep a Secret? I started watching that documentary. Last night I also saw the programs, about like the schools and stuff, or the schools. That was pretty good. I was crying. And then I was like, why are you crying? Because I was feeling for them. See, that's what I do. I feel. I put myself in other people's shoes and try to see from their perspective, and then I start crying. I'm telling you, there's a piece of hair up there. It feels like it's. I'll drink something. Sorry if that made anyone gag. But I think. Okay, seriously, I need to go. And this might be like the boringest video ever, but like, it's my life. my perspective, it's, I don't know. It's me being my authentic. I'm freaking out. Okay. So, like, if you watch my TikToks, anytime the word authentic comes, did I just say it right or did I just say it wrong? That time it did sound right. Anytime that word comes across, you hear me and I like say it completely wrong. And same for intuition. I said it right. Yeah, those come across as like not saying them correct, but it's how I say them, because like I struggle with punctuation, grammar, and spelling. Even if you read my books, like there there's actually a part in my storybook, excuse me, don't bug me. There's actually a part in my storybook where I literally left the like grammar in there, whatever, because that's me. It wouldn't be me if I took it out and fixed it, you know what I mean? But yeah, there's a part where the word is so, okay? So it's a sentence and it has so twice right next to each other. And so it's kind of like an Easter egg, I guess, in the book. But yeah, if there's any more in the book, I've never noticed. And I did have the book like edited and, you know, published and all that, but people still make mistakes. People aren't perfect, so it's still like could have other errors, but that's the only one I know that's permanently there. Anyways, I know I keep saying this, but I'm really Scout's honor gonna end it here. Okay, so let's make this a fun. And like I said, comment below what's your favorite dog breed. If you made it this far, if you made it to the like very end of the video, comment purple. Okay? So if anyone comments purple, then I know they did. And if you comment purple, it means you want more. That's a cool little like Easter egg. I don't know. Okay, so if you watch the full video, comment purple. And if you want me to post more like this, more of me talking, then post purple. So write the word purple twice. I think that's kind of fun. Because then it's kind of like our own little like secret like hidden hidden like message, hidden like I can't even think of the word. Secret something. It's like our own like little like okay, I know you watched the full video. Oh, I know you want more. Okay, I got you, girl, or I got you, boy, or I got you they, I got you them, or there, or whatever. Anyways, bye. Love you. Bye.